Welcome back. You're still tuned in to News and Views with myself, Salalo Makwidir. The time is 9:38 a.m. Central African Time. And we're going to be switching gears now to a very, very concerning story. Massive floods have struck southern Thailand, leaving cities submerged, thousands of families displaced, and dozens, unfortunately, dead. Hatai, one of the hardest hit areas, has seen waters rise to the third floor of buildings. And while infrastructure built for heavy rains has failed under this unprecedented downpour, emergency aid is desperately needed, and the scale of the disaster is still emerging. Joining us now is Fekri Sabanoglu, international relations expert, who has been following the story quite closely, and he'll be helping us unpack the humanitarian, political, and I think international implications of this catastrophe. And I think most importantly, he'll be giving us insight on what you can do about it, how you can get involved, because I think it's a very, very scary turn of affairs. Thailand usually gets big amounts of rainfall, but this time around I think it was at a rate that was very, very unprecedented. And I'm just looking at some of the images that's coming out of Thailand at this current moment. It's very, very concerning stuff. It's very, very concerning stuff. And as I mentioned before, rain, does hit apparently once in 300 years, and it becomes of the scale, and it has ravaged the southern parts of Thailand. They're battling with record floods, which, according to recent reports, have killed at least 33 people and prompted authorities to deploy military ships and helicopters to support relief efforts. The deluge has hit 10 provinces across the country south over the past week, with the city of Hat Yai, a business hub which is bordering Malaysia, recording its heaviest rainfall in 300 years. That's around 335 millimeters of rain in a single day. Photos show vehicles and houses submerged in water in the city, and desperate residents are awaiting rescue on their rooftops. The relentless rains have also ravaged neighboring countries. In Vietnam, the death toll there stands and has risen to 98 in a week, while in Malaysia, more than 19,000 people have been forced away from their homes. And in other neighboring countries, in like Indonesia, at least 19 people have been killed, and at least seven others remained buried under landslides in North Sumatra. And according to the Indonesian National Search and Rescue Agency, more than 2 million people in Thailand have been affected by the floods, but just 13,000 have been moved to shelters. The vast majority are unable to get help. And according to news agencies, the Thai military has been put in charge of tackling the crisis and said it's been preparing to dispatch an aircraft carrier and a flotilla of 14 boats loaded with relief supplies, along with field kitchens that are said to be able to deliver 3,000 meals per day. Medical teams on board the aircraft carrier will convert into the floating hospital if they are required to do so. So very, very concerning turn of affairs in Southern Asia, but we'll be focusing specifically on Thailand and what happened there. And as I mentioned, Fekri Sabanoglu, international relations consultant who's been following the story quite closely, will be giving us insight on it. Fekri, salamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much for joining us, and welcome to Salam Media.
Alaikum salam rahmatullah barakatuh. Thank you very much, my brother.
I think let's jump right into it. You've been following the story of these floods quite closely. What have you gathered from those that are on the ground at this current moment in Thailand, those that you have connections to, about just the sheer scale of the devastation of these recent floods?
Yes, in fact, I'm following the story since 4 or 5 days when the rain started because I have many brothers in the area there that we were studying together at the Faculty of Sharia in Jordan since 1989. And since that time, I keep in touch with the brothers there in the southern of Thailand, which called Patani in their language, which we call Arabic Fatani, which are the majority of the population there are from our Muslim brothers. They are over 90 Muslims percent of the Muslims inside Thailand, they are living in this area, which it is very close for the with the border of Malaysia. My friend Shafi'i, he has very big school there. There are over 1,500 viewers in that school. But Alhamdulillah, their area, I think now the water is going down slowly, but it's much more worse in Hatiai. Hatiai, it is like from Satoon, where my brother Shafi, he has his school and he has an organization and a center for dawah, and they have also radio there that they broadcast about Islam in the area there. It's 1 hour drive from Hatiai airport and Hatiai city to Satoon, because I was just arrived there in the middle of April. It's like 7 months ago, and I stayed in the area 5 days. I went all over the area there. It's very nice area, very green, but unfortunately, he used to tell me from time to time we have floods. But like this floods, they are saying since 300 years we didn't have such big casualty for this floods. Now, if we want to speak about the figures about there, I think it's very new. Now only few figures is coming out, because the casualty is very big, the area is very big, and it might need some days just to see out how many people they can be dead or their houses are affected. But as we see it from the videos and the pictures, my brother, it's something touchy. It's beyond description. When you see that the people, they are just step out up their houses, they are waiting for the helicopters just to save them from there. And they told me many apartments, they are full with the water till the third floor, even that. And you can imagine how much the harm it will be.
No, most definitely. From what you gathering on the ground, what are the immediate needs right now? What are the people of southern Thailand requiring? There are reports that thousands of families are in urgent need of food, water, and shelter. And is there mobilization? Can international aid get into Thailand at this current moment? And what are some of the main challenges in reaching some of these communities?
I think the most big now challenge is the electricity is cut, internet also is cut, the roads are cut because it's full with water, and just to go to the area there, I think you need a helicopter. That's the way. And but the aid, yes, it is urgent aid is needed. Everything will be needed because they lost everything. They lost their everything at their houses. Their houses, they can't go to it. They need the shelters, as you told. They need the food, the water, the medical supplies. Also, I tried just to get in hold of our brother there, a doctor. He's a medical doctor, Dr. Arifin. But unfortunately, I couldn't go through. There is no internet there till now. And the only that I can call from here, from South Africa, is the internet, because my cell phone is a Turkish number. But inshallah, this evening I will be flying back to Istanbul, and from tomorrow morning, just I will be keeping in touch much more. And till you might be tomorrow we can speak in the morning from Istanbul, and might be I have the figures for which is the most urgent aid that they are needing. But I think everything will be aid. It must be, I think, international, that all the countries, they must be involved with the aid there. And really, it's behind description. Since I went to Fajr prayer at the mosque, and I'm very busy just trying to spread the news for my friends that they are in charge with the humanitarian aid, and that organization that I know here in South Africa and in Turkey and abroad, also in Europe and the other countries also.
I think it's very, very important. Let's talk about the response of the Thai government. Are they able to handle this large scale of destruction? From what you're gathering from those that are on the ground and your experience of being in Thailand for such a long time, do you think there are abilities and capabilities from the authorities to be able to mitigate this crisis?
In fact, as I spoke to my friend Shafi and an Egyptian brother that he's a teacher at the school there, he told me the government, they are hardly trying just to meet with the needs, urgent needs for the people on the ground, but they're saying that it won't be enough. I think the international aid is needed there and must be urgent, by the way, because the only way, as I told you, even the cars won't be sufficient now to get the aid in the areas there. It must be helicopters and other means that just to fund, which is only the countries they have. The organization, they will be much more needed, but I think it might take just 5 to a week, 7 days, just to that they can start also giving that. But they must from now they start raising the funds for that, and immediately when the road are open and the airport in the area, that airport is only airport is Hatia Airport, but now the airport fully is under the water. The whole city, in fact, it's under the water, and the only way just to get to there, rather you go Bangkok and they fly from Bangkok to Hatia Airport. It will take 1.5 hour flight, or you fly from Kuala Lumpur, in fact, airport, and it's shorter. It takes only 1 hour, 50 minutes, 1 hour maximum flight.
I think great review for now, Fekri Sabanoglu. Thank you so much for painting that very, very concerning picture for us about the disaster out in Thailand. And hope we get some kind of reprieve. I hope your friends are safe and their families are safe, and the rest of Thailand is safe. But really, really appreciate you painting that picture for us. Jazakallah so much.
Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair.
There you go. Going to take a quick break. When we come back, News and Views continues.